Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Yuletide. It's that time again, although I am running late. Anyway, never mind. It is the 20th of December. It is the first day of Yule. It is Mother's Night. On Mother's Night, generally, it's the start of all the festivities. The women folk would be staying at home, getting the food ready and prepped. The men would have been out hunting during what little daylight they had in the Northern Hemisphere at this time of year. Obviously, Yule, if you don't know about it, comes more of from the Germanic and Scandinavian regions. And, well, obviously, a lot of the Scandinavian regions are up in the Arctic Circle. Or, well, not quite that high, but they're quite high up. So they don't have much in the way of daylight. And bearing in mind, we are only one day away from the winter solstice, which is, well, the longest night of the year or the shortest day of the year, however you want to look at it. Now, as it is Mother's Night, they would start celebrating round about sunset. They would be everyone would be gathering, starting the food, starting the festivities. Most of all this is lost in history. The Norse weren't very well known for writing down their traditions or anything like that. Not until like the later Viking Age, when they would sort of turning Christian, is when they first started keeping the records and things. So, what we do know of Mother's Night is, I suppose, is we would be paying respect to women, all females in general, future mothers, past mothers, and present mothers, thinking about departed loved ones and people who have fallen throughout the year. These would include the deities Frigg and Freya and the Valkyrie, because they're all females as well, and the like. And generally, you would be reminiscing about last January. Okay, so let's do a little bit of reminiscing about last January. January just gone. I'd say just gone. It was the beginning of the year. Don't seem that long ago, but it was. So I done a Yuletide last year on my channel, and I am thus doing it again this year. And I done a little tarot read at the end of my little speechy bit. I go into a lot more detail. If you want a lot more detail about all the days of Yule and all that, go and check out my old videos. I will put a link for Mother's Day, Mother's Night, I should say, in this video in the description. So go and have a look down in that. And you can go and have a look at my last video, and then you can leave a comment if you like. You can tell me if I've improved with my presentation of doing live face-on chats to the camera, because they were some of my first, or not. Okay, give me some pointers in what direction I have to go in. Okay, and so in the last read, if you're not going to go and watch the video, I will just give you a quick rundown. Generally speaking, like as an overview, and I pulled a reading what said there will be need and necessity in January. You will be learning, there will be loss, there will be new starts, and there will be a balance. All this was crossed by sort of an energy of taking control. Okay. In your love for January, and again, put these in the comments. Let me know if this did happen. Did you lose things? Did you have new starts? Did you take control of life, or the new start, or the pain of the loss? Was there need? Did you need things? Was there necessities? Was there things that were necessary for you to get in January? And I'm not talking about needing more money after the Christmas period, and I'm not talking about like the necessities of going to the shop and buying some more toilet roll because all your family have used yours. Okay, I'm more sort of more of a general thing, not the normal things, or more of a specific thing, not the general things even. Okay, so in love for January last year, I predicted that there would be travel or a journey, maybe you was going to be starting a new love relationship, starting on a new journey. There would be work required. There would be hanging on to the old relationships of the past. And there would be new young love for some of you. And that young love could be just literally like a new love, or it could be someone younger than yourself. This was all crossed by sort of dreams coming true, like maybe your wishes and your hopes. And there you go. You can comment on my hair as well, because in this time last year, I had short hair and I've got long hair now. Okay, so yeah, it was like your love dreams coming true. In a wealth sense, things were coming to an end and things were being reborn. And yes, it stood to reason. That's kind of like what was happening. We come to the end of the year, pretty much by sort of the end of January, most things have had their new year. The Chinese have had their new year. Neo-pagans and heathens, if you want to call us heathens, or whatever you want to call us, we would have had our Yuletide, which would be our new year. The winter solstice would have happened, which would be like the seasonal new year. Yeah, so basically all the new years, and obviously our Gregorian calendar would have had a new year by then as well. So yes, things had come to an end, things were starting again, and on a wealth principle as well. But there was possibly a need for help, need to get sort of maybe a financial advisor in or something like that, maybe take out a loan. There would be sort of dreaming and wanting for things you don't have. Wealth-wise, maybe you're just not getting paid enough to get that thing you want after all the bills come out and things. And for some of you, you just may have been doing a little bit bad, okay? There could have been a bit of overthinking as well, thinking about how to rejiggle your finances to make it all work. But all this was, you were always being faced with a choice. Crossing all that was basically, I think it might have been the 2 of Wands. But you were always facing a choice. Do I do this? Do I do that? Do I have my heating on, or do I go and get a takeaway? Whatever it may have been. In the world in general, there were going to be things being revealed, like veils were going to be lifted. We were going to find out more information about whatever's going on. There was, but a lot of these were choices out of our control. They're things like wars, the whole demic thing, what went on and all that. Nothing we had any physical control over. We could do our tiny little bit, but it wouldn't really affect the whole of it that much. Okay, so we were going to be finding out about things like that. We were going to be driven sort of like possibly by passionate people, two-faced people. We're going to be coming to the surface a lot in January last year as well, or this year, last year. You know, it's this year. We're still doing this year, aren't we? And there was going to be more competitive things going on as well. Well, okay, I'm going to put you on pause for a second and get set up to do the tarot read. Okay, hopefully if I've done everything right here, I will be upright in this video, and then my cards will be upright how I would normally do them as well. So fingers crossed. I think I did suss this out by the end of last year's ones I done. So yeah, I'll put you on pause and then we can crack on. And I've also, I've started a new channel. Not that I'm plugging my new channel here, but I've started a new channel. And on that channel, I will do editing. And I have been learning how to edit. So if I do press the wrong button, if my battery dies, if the light goes out, if I have to edit one part onto the other, I can do that now. Not very well, but I can do it. So, okay then, I'm going to just try to do it the way I normally do it though. Just shove you on pause. It will only be a fraction of a second for you. It's going to be a few minutes for me. Well, here we are. I'm back. As I said, fraction of a second for you. But, well, it was a few minutes for me. Okay. So, we're going to do the same as I done last year for this. I'm going to put out 4 runes. One will be for general energies for the month of January. That will be love for the month of January. That'll be wealth for the month of January, and then that will be sort of like a world eventy type thing for January. And you can't see any of them. Let's just lock my focus in there. For some reason, the way I've done it has stopped me from actually zooming my camera in or out as much as I would do normally to get my whole table in. I have no idea what it's doing. I think it's doing it on like a portrait view from when I had the phone flipped around the other way. Might be something for me to look into as well next time. Okay, so for general energies for January, we have got I was going to say Fehu. It's not Fehu. It is Azuz in reverse. Okay. And this is one I haven't had out for a while, so I'm going to have to just double check what this is all about. Okay. It's not Anzu. Well, it is Anzu's, I suppose. Is that? It's Hanzu's. This is all about sort of like communication, wisdom, divine power, messaging, your ancestors, the gods. Sometimes it is interpreted as Odin. So what this could be telling us is, generally speaking, throughout the month of January, it's more associated with the trickster god Loki when it's in reverse. So maybe you will be getting, maybe it's a little bit like Mercury in retrograde. I have no idea if Mercury is in retrograde during January, but that's suddenly what just popped into my head. There will be a little bit of like miscommunication, maybe unthoughtfulness from people. Maybe you're going to buy your auntie a wonderful Christmas present, and then you find out she took it back to the shop and exchanged it for what you determined as a bit of tat or something like that. It could be something like that. It could be sort of, we often think the worst of tricksters, but sometimes they're just trying to make light of a situation. They're just trying to make people feel better in their own little unique way. So let's get some clarifiers out for this, and we have got reversals coming out already. We got the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. We have got the Eight of Swords in reverse. We have got the Five of Cups in reverse. Well, that ain't as bad as normal, okay? And don't think I've got my deck upside down. This deck has got reversals in it. So, okay, it just happens that everything seems to be reversed for January. It kind of tells us, with the Seven of Pentacles coming out, the divine timing is not ready. Okay, if you're thinking of bringing things to an end, if you're thinking of starting new cycles, maybe it's not ready. You got too much on your plate already. Try to finish off what you have on your plate. Otherwise, you might be getting lulled into a false sense of security. You have time. For instance, you might still be on some sort of break from your holiday because of the Yuletide period, or if you celebrate Christmas or Hanukkah or whatever. So you might start new things, and then all of a sudden you're back at work. Okay, you might decide, oh yeah, I've got time to decorate the living room, and then you don't. Okay, it's kind of like don't try to start anything new with it in January, not unless you absolutely have to. The Eight of Swords is telling us that there is things that you need to be looking at and thinking about, but you're not going to be. You're going to be procrastinating or doing absolutely everything you can instead of tackling that particular issue or problem. With the Five of Cups in reverse. Now, the Five of Cups is normally loss and sorrow when it's in the upright, and it's still kind of loss and sorrow in the reverse, but it's like finally getting over it. It's the realization that your 3 cups are down. You've lost them. They're not going to refill themselves. You either have to pick them up, replace them, and fill them yourself, or just concentrate on the 2 cups you have got behind you before all that's emptied out as well. All she has to do is stagger backwards, and she's got 5 cups of sorrow instead of just the 3. With the Seven of Cups coming out at the end there, there is this energy of like, again, it's like a delusion. It's like thinking you have time to do things and then not having time. It's like being, going back to work and thinking, oh, it'd be nice to go back to work. It'd be a break from the mad manic household. But no, it's not. It's going to be sort of like, oh, this is just exactly the same as where I left. It's all going to be manic and everything at work. You're going to have the delusion of choices. I don't have to go back to work today. I can have another day off. And then you get a phone call from your boss saying, well, where are you today? And all that sort of thing. Across in all this is the 10 of Pentacles in reverse as well. That is basically having your perfect little life, but it's in reverse, which is just saying it's like the reflection on the water. You can see the pentacles there. You can see your perfect life. You just can't quite get them. They're just slightly out of reach. But this is all linked in with the divine timing card there and the delusions of choices. Okay, and you haven't got those delusion of choices. You can't take those extra few days off from work. You have to go back to work. You have to start earning money again. You've got bills coming in again and the like. That came out in reverse, so let's put that back in reverse. If it wants to come out the right way up, it will. Okay, so let's have a look at your love situation throughout January. This doesn't matter if you are in a relationship or not. Love comes in all shapes and forms. This could be that maybe you get a new pet and it's the love of your life. It may be you get a new car and it's your pride and joy. It may be that you end up delivering a baby and it's the new love of your life. Okay, and so we have got Ewas, I think is the correct pronunciation of that. I think I did. Yeah, I think I tried to call it I was the other day and it just didn't sound right. It is Ewas. This is like death and renewal. This is like the death card from the tarot, but there is a little bit of magic involved in all this as well. Okay, it represents the yew tree. I don't know if you know this, but a yew tree, as it rots down, when it gets to its ripe old age and it dies of old age, when it naturally dies, it starts to rot down, as all trees do, and break down. Branches fall off it, and holes start to appear in the trunk and things. And lo and behold, there's this new baby one growing inside it. It's as far as I know, it's the only tree what reproduces itself that particular way. Don't get me wrong, there's plenty of trees which get blown over in the wind and then they will start to regrow from where they are. They will start to, the branches will go down into the ground and form roots and the like. But that's just like kind of like making do with a bad situation. This is actually, I'm dying, and as I rot down, I'm giving my organic matter into a new life, a new tree, a new sapling. Okay, so for this we have got the High Priestess, we have got the Hanged Man, we got the Knight of Cups, very nice, and we got the 10 of Swords in reverse. So for some of you who are in relationships which don't seem to be going anywhere, or you feel trapped in them, it's coming to an end. It's finishing. And then something new will be replacing it. Okay, for a lot of you, some of you will be going with your intuition. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Some of you will be finding out secrets. There will be secret loves coming in. With the Hanged Man there, these secret loves what will be coming in, maybe not your normal type, maybe making you think, I better look into this. I've got to look from this from a different direction. Hell, maybe you are falling in love with someone the same gender as you. It can happen. Okay, the Knight of Cups is telling us that you are looking towards a romantic future. Okay, doubly so because it's the Knight of Cups and it's normally that, but it's also in a love reading. So you're definitely looking towards love for the future. And with the 10 of Swords at the end in reverse, it's telling you that it's coming to an end. Cycles are coming to an end. If you don't have love, you're getting new love. That painful cycle of not having love, or that painful breakup you're finally getting over and moving on from, and then finding something new. And crossing all this is our Page of Cups. Our Page of Cups is telling us that yes, you are finding something new. There will be new young love coming in. That's actually kind of surprising, because I think I said something very similar last year, that you'll be getting a new young love. Now, as I said in the little build up to this reading, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're younger than you. Maybe it's just a new fresh love. Maybe that is a better way of describing it. Okay, so let's go on to wealth. Let's see what we have in the way of wealth for you all. This one's Feihu, and this one's in reverse. Well, Feihu is the cattle, okay? In Norse terms, this would be portable wealth. Yeah, it's going out with your credit card. You go to the market with your cattle, and you sell your cattle, and then you've got some, I don't know, some beans to take back, so you can have beef and beans. Yeah, something like that. Beef and bread. Maybe you bought some potatoes. Maybe you exchanged one of your cattle with a potato farmer to get a, I don't know, a featherful of potatoes. I don't know what sort of weights they used back then, do I? I'm not a historian, and then even the historians don't know for sure. But anyway, so this is the fact that you won't have much in the way of portable wealth. And it's coming out for wealth as well. That's fantastic, isn't it? Yeah, and well, that's going to be about right, isn't it, really? You've just come off a holiday period. You've just come off from a gift-giving period. You probably overspent, because we all do. We all like to lavish our children with nice things. We like to lavish our loved ones with nice things. We will be dealing with colder months. January is a colder month than December. Generally, as a rule, we tend to have a little bit more snow up here in the north. Down there in the southern hemisphere, obviously you're getting a warmer month. Maybe you're starting to put the air conditioning on. Okay, both our heating systems and your air conditioning systems require more energy and cost more. The easy cash you may have normally been used to throughout last year is not going to be there in January. That's what this is saying, okay? We got the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is defending the high ground, defending your position. In this particular case, it's going to be minding the pennies. You're going to be defending everything you're spending. It's the, do I really need to buy 4 cans of beans when I only use 2 cans of beans a week? Well, I'm going to say yes, prepping wise, it makes sense. Next week, the 2 cans of beans might be 20p more expensive than they were the week before. Okay, which means it's cost you more money in the long run. But if you don't have the money to spend on the extra 2 cans of baked beans, because that means you would have to sacrifice something else, don't buy the extra 2 cans of baked beans. Use your discernment, but defend what you need to defend. Get what you need to get, and then get the essentials, and then the luxuries can be got as and when you have enough money for it. With the 7 of Swords coming out with this is telling us, well, perhaps you need to change tactics. Okay, he's just stolen all these swords from the village there, so they have to now possibly talk to him and have a diplomacy with him instead of just fighting him away. Okay, or in the other case, he may actually be steered in the swords. It could be a case that some of you are actually losing money through illegal means. Perhaps you're falling for some sort of scam. Perhaps you get burgled or something like that. Why? Possibly why you're away on holiday still. Yeah, so before you go away on holiday, if you're having a New Year's holiday and it's spanning over into January, check all your locks before you go. Double check all your locks before you go. Make sure your house is nice and secure. Make sure you have a friend to come and check in on it every now and then. Maybe put the lights on, just make it look like there's someone about. Okay. With the Page of Wands coming out, I feel this is a warning saying that this month is going, because it's a tight month. Yeah, we haven't got the like portable money you are used to. Yeah, it don't be impulsive, because the the Page of Wands is impulsive. He jumps onto all sorts of things and he doesn't think about the consequences. He's a little bit like the Fool card, okay? It's my minor arcana of the Fool. With the moon coming out there is a lot of mystery. For some of you, a lot of this will be happening round about the full moon. I can't tell you when that is. I can have a rough stab in the dark. It'll be towards the end of the month, probably. Let me see, what have we got there? 1, 2, 3, 4. And so it'd probably be about the 28th. Okay, 28th, 29th. Okay, so it'd be the end of the month. So by the end of the month, yeah, all this would have panned out. But for others of you, there may be some mysterious bills coming in which you had forgotten all about. Maybe you take out a subscription to some TV channel and they charge you yearly and they charge you in January and you've forgotten all about it, and bang, there goes another £40. Okay, crossing all this is the Fool in reverse. So this is backing up our Page of Wands. It's telling you, think before you jump. Okay, how deep is that chasm you're jumping into? Is it just a foot drop and then a nice sandy beach, or is it a 100-foot drop with a pool of lava at the bottom? There's got like a red glowing thing at the sort of coming up the side of that cliff face. It could be a glow of lava, or it could be a little beach party. We don't know. We can't see that, and that's what it's telling you. Be careful, okay? If you're dancing on the edge of a cliff, you may go over. Okay, be careful. Think about what you're doing. Yeah, and then we've also got the Devil in here, and these two cards are linked very, very much on this deck. But you've got the Devil underneath that as well in reverse. It's telling you that you might have to break away from some old habits. Be careful of things which are toxic. Maybe you have to cut back on your smoking or your drinking or gambling. Okay, not that gambling is toxic, but it is addictive. Okay, so let's have a look at the World. And I'm actually going to change decks for the World because we got a few cards out. But I actually have a deck of cards. So I didn't have this deck of cards last year, but this is my current affair deck. I do my World reads on here. I have got a couple posted. I've got a couple on my well, I've got at least one on my membership at the moment. But I did post one the other day. I am a little bit disappointed. I think it's been shadow banned. I don't know why. I've only had one view on it. Maybe just no one's interested in on Ontario. If you're from Ontario, I've done a little World read on there for you. Okay. So, not that I'm actually going to be using my whole World read, my World read system. I'm not going to go and get my computer out and find out. Oh, what should I do that? Should I get the computer out? Let's go and get the computer out. I can't see anything what rings any bells straight away off the offset, but let's go and get the computer out anyway. Okay, the universe is having a laugh with me. We got Jira coming out for the World events. Okay, Jira is like I suppose you could call it the Wheel of Fortune. It's a little bit like the Seven of Wands. It's a little bit like the Death card. It's a lot of tarot cards all rolled into one. It's basically it's harvest time, so you're starting to reap what you sow. So in the world in general, people are going to start actually getting what they deserve. Yeah, people who, I don't know, decided that they liked the land next door and they were going to go and I don't know, grow their corn on someone else's land, or maybe just take the corn from someone else's land. They're going to get the trouble they've been avoiding so far and stuff like that. So I'm going to put you on pause for a second. I'm going to just check my computer, see if any of these have relevance with my list I have. If you haven't or don't watch any of my World reads, basically I have a list and I have corresponding cards what will go with corresponding events which could possibly one day occur. Okay, so, and I change these every new moon. Yeah, so these last for a month and we're still within a new moon month, so we're still going with these ones. So, okay then, just hang on a second. Again, it'll be just a fraction of a second for you. You won't even notice it, but it could be about 30 seconds for me. Well, no, nothing's on my list, which is kind of a good thing because my list is a bit morbid. It's volcanoes, it's hurricanes, it's earthquakes, it's assassinations, it's the like. Okay, and so we got a Queen of Swords in reverse. We got a Six of Cups in reverse. And again, I don't think all these are in reverse. Let's see, guaranteed. We pick cards which are in reverse. Again, it's a mixed deck. It's a mixed deck. I have I will find an upright one. And yeah, see, I got an upright one. It does have uprights in it as well. So for the month of January, on the world stage, we have got the Queen of Swords in reverse. Well, people know the truth, okay? The truth is coming out, but no one's really taking action on it. And in fact, it's I feel with the Queen of Swords in reverse, there's a little bit of denial of the truth. Now, the Six of Cups is all about past happy times, but again, we're in reverse here. So it's going to be a month of like new progress forward and not really thinking about the past. Perhaps people should be thinking about the past mistakes they've made. Maybe it's past unhappy times they should be thinking of. With the Eight of Swords in reverse and the Four of Spears, which would be wands in a normal deck, in reverse, this is kind of talking about being trapped within one's own thinking about commitments they should have made. There is a lot of reminiscing within the world. People will be thinking about like things they should have done or things they shouldn't have done. Yeah, with this in reverse there. It's the minor arcana of the world. The new starts are blocked. But saying that, we had that on a personal level up here as well. It's just showing up in a big level down at the bottom for the world events as well. The new cycles are trying to come in with the Zero rune there, but they're just being blocked. Yeah, it's people are blocking things, and the problem is they're blocking them, but not thinking about what they're doing. We've got the Queen of Swords in reverse, not taking action on anything, not denying the truth, and we got the Six of Cups thing, not really thinking about the past to move forward from the future. So possibly within January, you're going to see a lot of the same mistakes being made by governments in power, big corporations and things, like they just haven't learned a lesson. Okay, should we see what's crossing that quickly as we did? Was the Nine of Swords, yeah, in reverse. This will kind of lead to a false sense of security, though. Okay, because it's going to feel familiar to you. It's going to feel comfortable, and it could be like putting a plaster on a broken bone, okay, or a missing arm, but it's going to feel okay. It's going to feel familiar. And bear in mind, we did have a little flick through there, and I did see the devil come out again. The devil is in the detail. The devil is hiding in amongst all this. Okay, this toxic energy is there. It's showing its face a little bit there with the Ten of Swords in reverse. It's showing its face up here with the delusions of choices, and you think you can do all this stuff, but then you can't because you ain't got the finances, you ain't got the time, and it's like all my choices are suddenly gone because of that, this and the other. We have the minor arcana of the devil coming out there. It's hidden. The toxic's going to be hidden throughout January, but it is going to be there. Okay, it will bubble up to the surface every now and then, and you will notice it. But the thing is, it's going to feel familiar. It's going to feel okay. Oh, it didn't turn out too bad last time, did it? Maybe there's going to be a new rampant variant running through the world again, and it weren't too bad last time. Or was it? No, we just had to queue up half a day for petrol, and the other half was trying to get toilet paper from the supermarket. But I feel that is generally what's going to be going on in January for us. Okay, so that is your Mother's Night Yuletide reading for you for next January. Hopefully it resonates with you throughout the month of January. Well, actually, no, I hope it don't resonate with you. I hope this is a stinking read which doesn't bear any fault for anyone, because it's not particularly nice. But if it does resonate with you throughout the month, please feel free to come back to this video and drop in a comment. And remember, if your January this year resonated with my reading I done at the end of the year before, last year, again, just drop a comment in on that one. It's okay. It doesn't matter if you drop in a comment on a video which is a year old. It's fine. I still get the notification that you dropped in a comment. I will still reply. Okay then. Hopefully you liked this. If you did, please feel free, give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, join my tarot team. You can even go the whole hog and join the membership if you want. I am starting to be more regular with my content I put in there. No one watches it because I don't have any members, but it's there for when they do join. If you didn't like this video for any reason, barring energies coming off these cards or any... Oh no, gone, yeah. So just barring the energies coming off these cards. Anything else, if you don't like the decks I'm using, let me know. Yeah, give me a thumbs down. That alerts me that there's something wrong with the video. But then drop it in the comments as well, what it is you don't like. Because if you don't, I can't read your mind. I will never change it. If you don't like these cards, I can use other cards. I use these cards because they're my Viking deck. I'm doing Yuletide, which is a Scandinavian tradition, Norse tradition, Viking tradition. So that's that. It's simple, really. My throat is going, my voice is going as well. And so I'm just going to call it a night here. Get this posted out. It is going to be late. It's actually going to turn out to you lot for the majority of the world sometime during the second day of Yule, which is the Wild Hunt. And maybe just for some of the Americans, it will be turning out on the right day. But hey ho, bad timing by me. I forgot what the day was. I thought it was the 19th for the better part of the day. I thought I still had a day. Huh. A 7 of Cups in reverse. Anyway, catch you all soon. Enjoy your Yuletide. And until the next time I see you on my video, have fun.